Hello friends, let's solve today some multiple choice questions based on the topic real numbers. So let's have the question. Choose the correct alternative answer for each of the following questions. The first question is, which one of the following is an irrational number? And the four alternatives are root 16 by 25, root 5, 3 divided by 9 and root 196. So we have to select irrational number amongst all these four. So if we simplify this, the first alternative, that is under root 16 divided by 25, is there. So we know that square root of 16 is 4 and square root of 25 is 5. So we can write this number root 16 by 25 as 4 divided by 5, which is a rational number because it is written in the form p divided by q. That's why root 16 divided by root 5 is not an irrational number. So let's check it for the second alternative, that is root 5, and we know that the decimal form of root 5 is non-terminating and non-recurring. That's why root 5 is an irrational number. So alternative B is the correct alternative. So just check it out for alternative C and D whether these are irrational number or not. So if you consider alternative C, we have here 3 divided by 9. So if we simplify this, we get 1 divided by 3, which is again a rational number. That's why alternative C is also not an irrational number. In the same way, square root of 196 is 14 and 14 is an integer, and we know that every integer is a rational number. That's why alternative D is also not irrational number. So only rational number amongst these four is alternative B, that is root 5. Let's have the next question. Which of the following is an irrational number? Options are 0.17, 1.513, 0.2746 recurring, or the last alternative is 0.10100, 1000, and so on. We have to find here irrational number, and if we consider the decimal form of any irrational number, we know that the decimal form of irrational number is neither terminating nor recurring. So if it is the case, then in that case we can say that it is an irrational number. So to be an irrational number, the decimal form must be non-terminating, non-recurring. That means at any point we must not get the remainder 0. So it is called as non-terminating, and there must not be any number or group of numbers which is repeating again and again. Recurring, if there is a number which is non-recurring, then we say that it is an irrational number. So we have to find from all these four which satisfies both of these two conditions. So if you consider the first alternative 0.17, so here we get here 0.17, that means the division process ends here as we get the remainder 0, so it cannot be irrational number. For alternative B, as we can see here 1.513, so this group of number is recurring, that's why it is also not an irrational number. For alternative C, 46 is recurring here, so it is also not an irrational number. Only for option D we have here a decimal form 0.10100, 1000, and so on. So here, as we can see, no number or group of number is repeating again and again, and this process of division does not terminate. That's why option D is the correct alternative, that is option D is an irrational number. Let's have the next question. Decimal form of which number of the following is non-terminating recurring? The four options are given over here: 2 divided by 5, 3 by 16, 3 by 11, and 137 by 25. To find the answer of this question, we have to write all these fractions in the decimal form. So if we write here 2 divided by 5 in the decimal form, that is, if we divide 2 by 5, we get 0.4. So here in this case, the division process ends, that is, it terminates, because in this division process we get the remainder 0. That's why it is a terminating type of decimal form. If we have the next alternative, that is, if we have to divide 3 by 16, that is, if we divide 3 by 16, we get the decimal form 0.1875. So in this case also we get remainder 0. That means this decimal form is also the terminating type. The next alternative is 3 by 11. That is, if we divide 3 by 11, we get 0.272727 and so on. So here, as we can see, the group of numbers 2 and 7 is repeating again and again. So we can write this as 2.27 recurring. So this decimal number 3 by 11 is non-terminating, but it's recurring. And we have the last alternative, that is 137 divided by 25. So if we divide 137 by 25, we get 5.48. So in this case also the remainder will be 0. That's why this decimal form is also of a terminating type. So if we consider the first, second and the third alternative, all of these three are of terminal type, but only the third option is there, 3 divided by 11, in which we get 0.27 recurring. So this is non-terminating recurring decimal. So option C is the correct alternative. Let's have the next question. Every point on the number line represent which of the following numbers? Natural numbers, irrational numbers, rational numbers, or real numbers. So here, as we know that every point on the number line represents the real number, because all these three numbers, that is natural number, irrational number and rational number, are subsets of real numbers. That's why every point on the number line represents a real number. So D is the correct option. Next question is, the number 0.4 recurring in P by Q form is ... So 4 options are given over here. So we have to write 0.4 recurring in decimal form. That's why we have to write, that's why let x is equal to 0.4 recurring. So in this case, when we say that 0.4 recurring, here the number 4 is repeating again and again. It is 0.4444 and so on. So that must be equal to x. Now if we multiply both the sides by 10, we get here 10x is equal to, if we multiply 0.444 and so on by 10, we get here 4.4444 and so on. That is 10x must be equal to 4.4 recurring. Now we have these two equations, that is equation 1, x is equal to 0.4 recurring and 10x is equal to 4.4 recurring. So if we subtract equation 1 from equation 2, we get 10x minus x, that is if we subtract the left hand side from the left hand side, that must be equal to, the right hand side of equation 2 is 4.4 recurring minus the right hand side of equation 1 is 0.4 recurring. So if we subtract this, we get 4, and on the left hand side 10x minus x, that is 9x. So x is equal to, if we take 9 to the right hand side, it will be in the denominator, that is x is equal to 4 divided by 9. So this is the number 0.4 recurring, which can be written in the form numerator and denominator, that is in the form P by Q, which is given at option A. So option A is the correct alternative. Let's have the next question. What is square root of n if n is not a perfect square number? So here, if we consider root n where n is not a perfect square, then in that case it must be an irrational number, because if it is a perfect square, that is for example if we have the under root 16, so as we know that 16 is a perfect square, so if we take the square root of 16, it must be 4, and we know that 4 is a natural number. Here it is given that n is not a perfect square, so if n is not a perfect square, then it must be an irrational number. Let's have the next question. Which of the following is not a surd? So these 4 options are given: root 7, cube root of 17, cube root of 64 and square root of 93. We have 3 conditions which must be satisfied to have a surd. That is, if we have nth root of a, which is the general form of a surd, where n must be any integer greater than 1, a must be a positive real number, and the whole number nth root of a must be an irrational number. So these are the three conditions which must be satisfied to be a surd. So if we consider the first number, root 7, where the order of surd is not given, that and here 7 is not a perfect square, which is a positive number. So the whole number, that is square root of 7, is a surd. So option A is a surd. We have to find which of the following is not a surd. So option A is a surd. In the same way, all the three conditions are satisfied by option B, so it is also a surd. Now if you consider the alternative C, as we can see here, the order of this surd is an integer. The radicand is also a positive real number, but the number which is formed, that is cube root of 64, which is a 4, and we know that 4 is not an irrational number. So here the third condition is not satisfied, that's why option C is not a surd. So our correct alternative is alternative C, which is not a surd. Let's check it for alternative D, whether it is a surd or not. So here also the order of surd is not given, so it must be 2. 193 is a positive real numbers, and the square root of 193 is an irrational number. So alternative D is also the surd. So only number given amongst these four is cube root of 64, which is at option C, which is not a surd. Let's have the next question. Next question is, what is the order of surd cube root of square root of 5? So here the surd is given, it is cube root of square root of 5. Now if we write this number, it is root 5 can be written as 5 raised to 1 by 2. In the same way, its cube root is there, cube root of square root of 5, that's why we have written here 5 raised to 1 by 2 for root 5. We have to write its power 1 by 3, so as to have 5 raised to 1 by 2 raised to 1 by 3. Now as we can see here, the base is same and the two indices are there, so that's why we have to take a product of these two, that is 1 by 2 into 1 by 3, that is equal to 5 raised to, if we multiply the numerators we get 1 into 1, that's 1, divided by 2 into 3, that's 6. So 5 raised to 1 by 6 can be also written as 6th root of 5. So in this case, as we can see here, 6 is order of that surd, which is given at option C. So option C is the correct alternative. Next question is there, the value of modulus 12 minus 13 plus 7 into 4 is ... To find the answer of this question, we have to solve this. It is modulus of 12 minus 13 plus 7 into 4. Now to solve this, first of all we should take 12 as it is. Now, then we will resolve this bracket, 13 plus 7, that's 20, into 4. So we will get 12 minus 20 into 4, that's 80. So here modulus of 12 minus 18, that's minus 68. And we know that any negative number in the modulus sign will be positive, that modulus of minus 68 is plus 68. So here the value of this expression is 68, which is given at option B. So option B is the correct alternative. So these are some multiple choice questions which are based on the topic real numbers. I hope you understand this concept. Thanks for watching.